Hey everybody, it's Brad.
And I'm Christa.
With the Big Family Homestead, and I want you to know something. Today, just now, not even 10 minutes ago, I just finished writing and editing a book. It's a kid's book. The Adventures of Brutus and Bee, The Masters Mourn, and I want to tell you about this book, but I also want to tell you about something bigger that actually I hope will be encouraging and motivational to you. We have been homesteading. Isn't that a funny term, homesteading? It's so general.
It's so trendy right now.
It's general and it can mean anything.
Right.
But anyway, we have been living on a what we would call mini farm, growing food, canning food, preserving food.
Having our own cows for milk and cheese and yogurt and yada yada.
And growing in our skill level for the past 10 years now.
Yeah.
That's not the life we started out in by a far stretch.
Absolutely not. No.
If it was not music for me, music production, being in record labels in Nashville, Christian bands, recording studios, video production, that was my life. Mom, home, school, mom, soccer mom, just admit it. Literally a soccer mom. And God saw something different that he wanted us to do. And it was a challenge, but we were obedient. It was not easy to make that jump from that life to saying, okay, this is a big leap into the dark, but we're going to do it.
Yeah, it was not easy.
Homesteading.
It's so trendy.
Well, it is now.
It's actually kind of bugs me now.
Yeah, it's just like a broad brushstroke term about any old thing. Although I will say this. I think it's good that anytime somebody says, well, I'm going to learn a skill, get good at it, and help to be able to not need the big box stores, want the big box stores for every little tiniest thing in my world.
Yeah, yeah.
So when we made that jump to mini farmdom, or whatever you want to call it, it was a big one, scary.
Yeah.
I never, in my wildest dreams, thought I would be an author. I deal with music. I love music. I love that kind of creation process. But I felt like there are a lot of people out there who would be able to really, really benefit from hearing a simple story about a Saint Bernard named Brutus and a little rabbit named Bee who go on a mission to meet the master of the wood, the master who created all of the woods and the animals, and Puzzle the donkey gets involved and saves the day. Nala, the crazy cat who thinks she's in the outback hunting dingoes. It goes on and on. Selah and all the animals here. And I thought, what a great way to share important, basic, wholesome, good family, traditional values, friendship and loyalty in a story that I can appreciate, but all the way down to little kids.
Yep.
I did this to be obedient to God. Now, why am I bringing this up to you? Sure, I want you to know about the book. It'll be out soon, but that's not why I wanted to tell you about this. I wanted to tell you about this because there's so many of you who say, I wish I could homestead, but, and then they fill in the blank.
Right.
Or, I wish I could make bread, but, I used to try and I made bricks, and now I can't. Or I used to, but I can't because I live in an apartment. I used to this. And I'm here to tell you folks, if you just put one foot in front of the other,
Yep.
you're going to be better off even if you never make it.
Absolutely.
Do you remember what it was like when you first started canning food? She was frightened.
I was scared to death because you hear of all the horror stories from pressure canners exploding. Well, that's just from folks that,
it's not.
just, things happen. Faulty equipment, or somebody's not paying attention or whatever. But you got to pay attention to what's going on in front of you.
Baking bread. Trust me, I have endured many, many, many mortar-laden bricks that she said are bread, and you have to smile as a husband. You've learned this real quick. You smile and say, "Boy, honey, this is really great." And then you wait, and if there's another question, a follow-up question, you might want to try again. I mean, this is a great start.
He's not wrong.
You don't want to discourage. But what about gardening? That was scary. She planted tomatoes that turned out to be cucumbers.
I opened up a package of seeds that were marked tomatoes, and we were living in Florida at the time, and I put the seeds straight in the ground, not knowing you needed to start them ahead of time. And what came up were cucumbers, because I didn't know the difference between the seeds. That's how green I was. Yeah.
We didn't have any green thumbs.
No.
We had several purple fingers.
Yeah.
We did watch a lot of John Kohler.
Yeah.
GrowingYourGreens.com, growing them greens. I don't
Good.
know what greens he got in trouble for, because there was a point. We loved the John Kohler video. We did love the John Kohler videos.
Yes.
He's
Read a lot of gardening books too.
He's just a fun hang dude,
Yeah.
and he knows how to grow stuff. But I'm bringing this John Kohler. I love Growing Your Greens. I think he changed the name.
I thought it still said Growing Your Greens. I don't know. I don't watch them anymore. So I don't watch many videos anymore.
All I'm trying to say is that a lot of you guys out there have been feeling this nagging emotion, this pull inside you to do a thing. I don't care whether it's writing a book or whether it's starting to grow stuff or taking that jump and getting out of the city.
Yeah.
Yes. Do that.
You do that. Do that.
But
quickly.
whatever that thing is that's inside you that you're feeling like, you know what, I should. Do you really think it would be good to wait, or do you think it would be better to start putting one foot in front of the other?
Yeah. It's better to get going now. Today.
You guys all know we feel very strongly about what's coming. Mm-hmm. Historically, stuff happens more than it doesn't happen. Yeah. And I mean the negative, huge things, and we can only control what's in front of us.
Yeah, that's true.
So, you know what I did? I wrote a book. Christa helped edit this book. She assembled the book, I guess. How
formatted
it published.
And no, it's formatted.
You're the graphic designer.
For the cover, yes. Yeah.
So we got something done that I never would have thought was possible, but you can't get going unless you start putting one foot in front of the other. Here.
And I learned a lot through the process of doing that too. Because I'm not a graphic designer.
I'm not a writer.
I'm not an editor. I'm not any of those things, but I learned.
It was an especially fidgety morning for Bea as she tugged at her food dish, fussing about how this was the third time this week that her girl decided to rearrange her entire life without even asking. Brutus lumbered slowly over on his side, saying, "Huh? What now, Bea? Again? It's still dark. Can't this wait until morning?" One foot in front of the other. And grow food, learn skills.
Yep.
Don't wait around for somebody to tell you. And the worst, don't be the person that says, "I can't because," and then be like self-defeating.
Right.
There's always a way.
Try.
And then when you hit a roadblock,
Try something different.
or build a bridge or go around.
Yep.
I hope this is encouraging for you, because I know there's a lot of you that are feeling like you should be doing a thing. Well, get to it.
Yep.
Brad,
I'm Krista.
you guys have an amazing and blessed